ちっちゃ。これでできてるかな。このゲームの音量がわかんないわ。ちょっと待ってくれ。やばい。待って。出ないんだけど。コメント画面が出せないんだけど、このゲーム全部支配するから。ちょっと待って。おやばい。何もかもが開けん。ちょっと待って。どうなってんのこれ。ちょっと待って。やばいやばい。このゲームやばいわ。ちょっと待ってくれ。何も開けんくなった。全部開けん。待って。ちょっと一回閉じるか。このゲームやばいんだけど。このゲームはやばいし。聞こえてんのかな？大丈夫？全部見えなくなるのよ。もう一回起動。いや、もうやめろ。怖い、このゲーム。映ってなくない？映ったな。音でかくない？ちょっと。ゲーム音声入ってなくないというか。デスクトップ音声入れていくか。いや、爆音なのよ。俺だけちょっとなった。これでいっか。ちょっと音大きかったり小さかったら教えてくれ。これは OK でいいはず。日本語字幕を入れてみたけど、これできてんのかな？何これ？音でかくね？こんなもん。まあいいか。とりあえずやってみる。何していいかもわかんないんだ。ちょっと待って。これキーボード操作でできるのかな？何こう。何？怖いわ。ロード長ロード長くない？あ、やべ、全部消しちゃった。消えた。待って。あやべ、なんか喋ってた。何できるの？移動しかできないの？これ。もしかして。全部をスキップしたんだけどさ。よいそう。なんかいろいろそうそう。カチャカチャは言うんだよ。うるせえ。喋んなよ、突然。会議室に行くことにしました。どこだよ、会議室って。すげえ喋るじゃん。長えよ。いや、うるさ。こいつ何？やれってこと？消えたけど。いや、わからん。 何すんのこのゲーム。うん。こっちでいいのかな、とりあえず。汚いな。そこにしろや。あ。開かないんだ。開いてる扉しか開かないのかな。うん。あ、消えたわ。喋んなくなっちゃったじゃん。お、乗れるんだ。あ、ちょっと待って。なんだ何してんの？ジャンプとかないのかな。本当に何をするゲームなんだろう。突き歩けばいいのかな。消えちゃった。もうわからんな。何すんの？わかんない。かと思った。怖くはないな。明るいからかわかんないけど。
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
左のドアに入りました。右か左。グラピカだろ。グラピカってあれ右なんだっけ
？This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
いや、わかんねえわ。戻れんのかな戻れんくなった。嘘だろホラーじゃん。戻れないわ。やっぱ開かないんだ。何時 ?11 時。残業かマジでどういうゲームか分かってないんだよね。ついたな。お、閉められた。閉めんなよ。
It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room.
この部屋で
Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all
立ったま
in.
まこの空間をじっくり味わいました。いや、座れなくない？座る方法ある？なんかどっかのキーです。
Really, really worth it being here in the room.
いや。
A room so utterly
こいつは誰なんだ？
that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
あ、ここのドア取れない。座れないよね。
At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left. But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
左側にある最初のドアって何？あれのこと？通りましたって何？入るなってこと？なんか電気ついてるよ。怖い怖い怖い怖い。何？
Walked straight ahead to the opposite door and got back on track.
これ何？お、やばい。ちょっと待って、怖いわ。これホラーゲーム？ホラーじゃないよな。
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So in order to get back, he needed to go
怖い。
from here it's left.
怖いんだけど。開いた。
Oh
no.
It's to the right, my mistake.
何やねん。お前が開けてんのこのドア。ここはどこから来た？ここから来たか？ 自分の操作音もしかして。
No, no, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking?
何考えてんの？何言ってんのこいつ。
Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
こいつ何？
Now let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep. Okay. Yes, I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
おう、そうそう、シャッターはよかった。え？車なんだけど。あ、違う、こっちか。え、怖い。怖えよ。怖いんだけど。え、怖っ。何これ。これ何？
No. This isn't right at all.
ネタバレだ。
This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to who am I kidding?
You can jump.
Rubbish now.
ジャンプボタンないよね、こ
Completely
れ。
unusable. How about rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning.
これ何？
And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
戻されたんだけど。ひどくない？わかった。無駄ってことだな、ここら辺なんかガチャガチャやってるの。しまったわ。行ってみるか、素直に。
When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, something changed.
何が変わってしまったのか。
Did you change anything when we
モ
were
ニターの
back
部屋
in
に行った
that
時に
room
何
with
か
all
い
the
じったり
monitors?
した？
Did you move the story somewhere or...
そういうことにちょっと。
Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here
どういうこと？
somewhere. Okay then, it's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
なんだ。ストーリーを探そう。あ、全部開かれてる。やべえ、迷子になるわ。えここどこ？開かれてないとこもあるの。ここどこ？やばい、迷子。
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to
あ、
restart the
ね、
game
おかしく
again?
なった世界ってこ
I
と？
find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by
こんなん
starting
じゃなかっ
over
た
and
もんな、
over
さっ
again.
き。
But it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
え？何？勝手に進めてくじゃん、こいつ。
All of his co-workers were gone.
誰だよ、
What
こ
could
い
it
つ。
mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
いや、わかんないね。わからん。わかる。いや、もう進めよ。
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong.
ドアなくなっ
It's
たな。
possible the story is back where we just came from. Why
スト
don't
ーリ
we
ーは
go
こっちじゃ
back
なか
the
ったの。
other direction
返
and
して。
see if we missed anything?
やだ。なんなんこいつ。いや、わかんねえわ、全然。わかんなくていいのか。
Aha! I knew we missed something. The story.
何が来る？お化けじゃないよな。
No, wait, never
違
mind.
うじゃねえ
Not
か
the
よ。
story.
クソが。
Let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
戻らんでいたらどうなるんだ。怒られっかな。お茶を飲むわ。いや、わかんねえ。戻るしかないか。何も言ってこんもんな、こいつ。え？いや。何？え？怖いんだけど。
Now this, well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? But you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about
こいつやば。
you win? Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work.
全くわからん。
Really paid off. So,
このゲームは何？
Oh no. No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay? I'm getting weighted out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
勝手に戻すね。なんか書いてある。これ何？
All right, I've got a solution. This time, so we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable adventure line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
おお。従ってみるか。こんなとこ行ってないぞ、さっき。あ、で、ここに来るんだ。諦めたんだけど、こいつ。諦めんなよ。仕方ないな。
You see, the line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Nope. Here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitable?
雑じゃん、弾き方。地面に弾けよ。
manifestation of the nature of life itself. Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me.
付き合ってくれたまえ。いけないよ。締めでもしない。酔わないか、このゲーム。経験がこの人に関する気がしかなく。
Is this office, in fact, the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct?
全然頭に入ってこんのだけど、こいつの話。お、いいの書いてある。集合体恐怖症の人にダメだ。音楽投げてくれんの。うるさっ！待て！クソうるせえ！ふざけんな！おい！待って待って待って待って！待って待って待って待って待って、クソうるせえ、クソうるせえ、クソうるせえ。考えろ、音量を。ちょっと待って。クソうるさいわ。びっくりした。音量がわかんないのよ。これでいい？いや、うるせえな、どっちにしろ。ふざけてんだろ、マジ、この音量。曲止めろ、マジ。いや、うるさいかも、これ、音。大きかったらごめん。いや、この音楽止めてくれ、はよ。キー来る。うざい。なんだよ。 早く止めてくれ。早く。
Wait, cut the music.
よしよしよしよ
Go
し。
back
よかっ
and
た。
look at that fern.
何しだって。やね。
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No, no, no. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of the... Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
いやー、わからん。なんだこのゲームは。自由だな。あ、帰ってきた。あれ、さっきこう分かれてなかったのか。いや、もう自分がどこから来たのかもわかんないわ、これ。あ、来た。また来たじゃん。あ、戻れん。Fired。なんだこれ。は閉じられた。
Something exciting, daring, mysterious.
ミステリアスな。
This all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know, how about this direction?
どっち？ああ、なんか開いてる。
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley. I'm
まずバイキングだな。飯食いたい。いや、一生迷路じゃねえか。
Oh no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story.
雑ラインくんね。
No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
無視しようにしてもずっとついてくるだろう。目障りだな。俺なくなった。どこ行った？あ、へえ、上に抜けてる。ジャンプとかないんだよね。なんか知らんとこ出た。
We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute.
考える必要があります。ちょっと来る。
え？ Okay. So I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination
目的地はドアの表側と逆側の裏側の反対側と一致する。頭痛くなるな。知るかや。
Then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley. Our destiny awaits.
あ、そっちが右なんだ。なんか書いてあるよ。なんか書いてあるよ。こんないかにもだとは。ちょっと待ってみるか。他何の部屋なんだろう。なんだこのドア。エンディングって書いてあるよ。これ閉めれる？閉めれるのかな？他のドア開いてくんねえの？ダメっぽい。ちょっと待ってみよう。拒否権なくね？拒否権ないな。入ってみるか。本当だ。混乱エンド。ナレーターが死ぬ。そしてゲームが違う。これ何
It's all determined. So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really?
5回目
No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it.
読んでなかったわ。
Stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay.
全然読み切れんわ。いいわ。
You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story, wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime...
何ちょっと待ってな。俺、変えようと思ってたんだった。ちょっと待ってくれ。ちょっと待ってくれ。あ、そう、俺これピンクじゃなくてさ、こっち作ってきてたんだった。とんでもないルートなのこれ。ちょっと待って。コメント全然見えないんだけど。あ、そうだわ。ここ見ててもコメント見れねえんだ。ちょっと待ってくれ。これだなコメント見るの。ちょっと待って待って。あ、今ね。今気づきました。コメントに。コメントが消えんのよ。これどうやったらコメント。このゲーム起動すると変になるんだよな、挙動が。ちょっと待って。ちょっと。これで、最終手段これだな。なんか画面、こいつ開くといろんな画面が消されるんだよね。これでいい？これで良さそう。いつきとのほほんいらっしゃい。全然気づかなかった。すまんすまん。あ、最初に戻った。完全に最初に戻ったのこれ。左入ってみるか。さっき右に入ったから。誰もいない。英語読めないから何書いてるかわかんねえよ。あ、これもしかして。いや、全然違うな。なんで一瞬消えた今。プロジェクターの前に立ったかなと思ったんだけど。消えないな。あ、やべ、閉じられた。これ何
？Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
開ける部屋初めてじゃない自分で。
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow. Just an empty coming to a staircase. Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
さっきも地下行ったな。
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Everything he had left his post during
クビになるかもしらんからな。
be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished. His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself,
私は狂ってるかもしれない。
All of my coworkers blinking
ああ、なるほ
mysteriously
どね。
out of existence in a single
俺が
moment
狂っ
for
てんだ。
no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense.
あれ
And as Stanley pondered this, he
ルー
began
プしてる。
other strange observations. For example,
あれ
why couldn't
い
he
や、
see
してる。
his
え
feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him
そうなんだ
wherever
よ
he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar.
な。ルー
They
プしてんだ
simply
よ。
repeated.
戻れないよね。
Stanley said to himself, "This is all too strange. This can't be real." And at last,
もしか
he
して
came to the
ループして
conclusion
る。
that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming.
Dreaming!
This is all a dream.
いいね。
Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally
狂
found
っ
an
て
answer,
る。
an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to
Oh.
gently float above the
浮
ground.
いとる。
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too
Eh?
appeared. It was so much fun.
キモいキモい。
Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't
ずっと
asked
喋ってくれるこいつ。
Why
ごめん、なんかいろい
is
ろ
there
落と
a
した
voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me,
という
thinking
と
about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was
いや、
Stanley
そう。
simply deceiving himself?
俺はこれは何をしているのかよく分かってないんだよな。探索でいいんじゃない？今の人生。なんかエンディングを目指していくものらしい。
Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that?
すげえよく喋んな
Was a
よ。
part of himself too. Surely, if he could just...
おう、
He would prove
荒ぶってきたな。
He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he
Oh.
invited himself to wake up.
寝
He
た。
felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world
はいはいはい
outside
はい。
this one.
ああ、なるほどな。
Let me wake up.
GM と PL、なるほどね。
I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job.
確かに、さっきからすげえナレーターのこと無視しまくってるわ。
It's all I want.
狂い始める GM ってこと？
And my wife and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My
いや、
life
助か
is
るな。
normal.
これ何をしているんだろうと思いながらやってる。
Everything will be fine. I am
言い聞かせだね、これ。自分に言い聞かせてる。
Stanley began. Please, someone wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell
な
me
んか赤くなってき
I
た。
must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I?
いいなぁ。
And everything went black.
ふわまいいね。なんか終わっ
This
たけ
is
ど。
the story of a woman named
誰？
Mariella.
マリエル？
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place
え
of、work.
死んでるけど
But
人。
on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled
お
through
ー、スタンリー
town
かこれ。
screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And
う
although she would
ー
soon
ん。
turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange
奇妙
man.
な男って言われて
He
る
was
けど。
obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was.
そんなこと考えるか？
I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. Then she remembered
そんなこと考
the
える
meetings
か？
scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there.
あ、死体なの？
Down at the body.
あ、死んでん
She
だ。
turned and ran.
スタンリー。俺死んだわ。あー、これがエンディングなんだ。俺死ぬんだ。ロストしたんだけど。俺ロストエンド。早速ロストしてるね。ロストしないエンドもあるの。最初のは違うの？もうどれがエンディングなのかもわかんないんだよな。死んだな。探索者ロストです。出た出た。さっき右、左入ったから、右入るね。これいつ終わりなの
？Yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
そうなんだ。人格を認めてあげる。やべ。俺さっきここ降りたのよ。今日のスタンリーは生きてるかな？これ会議室だ。会議室行ってみるか。
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. 上司のオフィスに行ってみよう。ちゃんと今回はね。Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
偉いから。これオフィスなの？やたら豪華じゃない？バスルーム？入らせろよ。入れないわ。やだな、このドアノブ。上司って社長的な？うわ、上の方掃除できないじゃん。ピアノある。絶対いらないでしょ、ピアノとか。
Unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra pin number.
どこで？あ、これか。お、なんか出てる。あ、2845だって。間違えた。これリセットできない。あ、もう。
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845. Stanley simply began entering random codes into the keypad, knowing full well the sheer statistical unlikelihood that this 2845. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad,
腹立つな。やーい、もうムカつくな。なんだ。
Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
あるよね、これ。COC とかでもこういうのあるよね。ドア現れんけど。どこ？あ、こっちなんだ。そっちが開くんだ。こういうシナリオ知ってる。これ何？ここはちょっとやめよう。さっきもこれ、下行かなかった？ 開いたな。
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
怖っ。いや、怖えんだよな。雰囲気が。マインドコントロール。ファシリティ。女子やばいよね、絶対。お。あ、最初に見たわ、これ。上から。あれが最初に言った場所。でも見たよ、だってこれ。いや、絶対歩きたくない、こんな金網。何？パソコンじゃないよね。やば。これ押せって。うん。知ってる知ってる。あ、へえ。あ、同僚なんだ。このファイアとか変なことになってんのは死んだのかな。ネタバレ踏んだかな、最初に。これ見たことある。これ見たな、最初に。おかしくなっちゃったんだよね、ナレーターが。これ見て。これ。This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe it couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control? 先に見ちゃったな、結末。That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. In someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? Here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all. 決心したのでした。え、何これ？プール？何にもなんなかったわ。なんかあんね。5？5ってことは、他にも数字があるな。3。これアモンガスでこんなあったな。関係なくない？関係あんのかな？いや、全然わからん。4度。4。あれ ?4 ないよ。あれか？あれか。喋んなくなっちゃった、慣れた。戻ってきたっぽい。戻ったっぽいな。ごめん、死んでたわ。 ーっと。ああ、そういうことだ。ちょっと思った。あ、コメントで出してない？そんなことないよね。なんでこれ出ないんだろう。あ、わかった。コメントの位置がおかしかったんだ、これ。こうだな。再開するわ。お待たせスタンリー。何をしているのかわかんない。あ。こうくれよかったんだ。ボタンを指存した。やべえ、ちょっと待って。ちょっと待って。これ何にも考えず押したわ。ちょっと待って。すまんって。おごめんって。これオフにしないといけなかった。ごめんって。起爆システム？そうなの？俺死ぬってこと？死ぬのかな？2分くらい。こうせないの？おお。2分間それディスコみたいになってきたんだけど。開けないけどね。マインドコントロールしたかったのかな？ちょっとわかんないんだ。これ何なんだ？メイドの土産ですか？さっきこれ押したんだけど。私が彼らを消し去ったんです。へえ。Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. これ押すとどうなの？ Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you. あと45秒だって。もうどうもならんのんだこれは。あ、追ってくるね。楽しいらしい。よかった。え、延長してくれんの？お、延長してくれるわ。いらんね。早く終わらせてくれよ。Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you, running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. どうでもいいもの。そうだね、どうでもいいものをしまくってるわ。ごもっともじゃん。That this video game can be beaten, won, sold? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? おお、いいこと言う、おもろ。But here's a spoiler for you. ネタバレは一つ。いや、そうなんだよな。それぐらい分かってんだわ。殺せ。お、ここにも出してくれてんじゃん。いいね、この。これ、TRPG って感じするわ。おもろ。30秒だって。エンディングもない。グッバイ。いや、めっちゃ楽しそうや、こいつ。何選択って。見とくか、カウントダウン。0。おお、死んだ。死んだ死んだが。死んだねー。また死んだわ。何回死ねばいい？おう、閉められた。閉められた？What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go anywhere except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. いや、いいな、さっきのバッドエンドって感じでよかった。I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed. Then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, 世界を救えませんでしたエンド。ろくなエンドに行ってないんだけど、いいエンドあんのかな？ Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes. 部屋でキーを押し続ける。他に選択肢があったんですか？いや、わかんなかった方が何できるのか。すげえキモ。すげえキモいな。やば。めっちゃ紙散らばってる。逆に器用だよね、こんだけやると。どっか開かないかな。もう一回従ってみるか。あ、こっち右違う、間違えた。左に入ったつもりだったんだけど。これ右だね。方向すらもわからないんだ。俺には。いや、わかんないな。知ってる知ってる。もういいよ、ここ。クビになったのかね。へえ、なるほどね。終わりらしい、終わり。なるほどな。さっきの、あれこっちじゃなかったっけ？ここ知らないわ。初めて来た。さっきのエンディング、だいぶ面白かったけどね。世界壊れたのよかったな。落ちたら死ぬ？あ、死んだわ。死んだ。ちょっと落ちないんかなと思ったんだけどな。死んだわ。トマト潰した落とした。すまん。そんなつもりはなかったんだけど。いないよね、誰も。怖いこと言うな。いや、さっきんとこ気になるな。
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first.
やばい、面白くなってきたわ。面白いね、これ。
Standing now in this incredible room, Stanley but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his
取り
left.
ましたがあれで
Stanley was so bad at following
命投げちゃった。いや、落ちると思わなくて、ゲーム的にこう落ちないようになってるかなって。
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult.
もう下行きたいな。
The fact is that the story has been about nothing but
どこ行くんだろう、これ。
all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten.
君に無視されてきた人がそばにいますよ、スタンリー。あなたですね。誰？あ、あの女の人か。彼女？誰？そいつじゃないな。彼女いるのこのスタンリーって。怖っ。怖い。怖いんだけど。暗くない？奈落じゃないのこれって。彼女が待ってますよがマジで怖いんだけど。怖い。怖くないこれ。びっくりした。何？いや、ホラーじゃん。なんだよ。誰？なんか始まったわ。パン。かわいい。彼女。怖い。何？動けない。君なんか。お前なの？誰で？世界の真実だって。マネキン？男の死についてとても悲しい。彼女身長でかくね？
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence. Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen his life. But in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him. And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
息子？
So he went further.
いや、いないのよ、
He came to two open doors and that he could go through either. At last,
最初のね。
It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold. As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls, and down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. 赤ん坊のゲームって何？それいいな。It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
愛してると告げるには。
But there is no answer.
あ、消えた
Possibly.
俺の
In
オフ
reality,
ィスだ。
all he's doing is pushing the same
こんな
buttons
おもらし
again.
してなかったと思うんだけ
Nothing
ど。
has changed. The longer he spends here, the
お
more
ー。
invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one.
眠るには。
And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an
へ
observer,
え。
that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
仕事をしない場合。従わない。したくないね、仕事。違う気をしなくていい。どうならね。でもこれ進む？詰まってるっつったよな。押すなって言われると押したくなるよな、人間。いらっしゃい。まあ今ね、よくわかってないとこ。いや、わかってきたんだけどわかんない。で、V を押さないといけないっぽい。俺の彼女がデスクになった。進まないね。押すしかない。押してみるか。いいや。押さないと進まないだろうが。うるさいな。あ、疑問捨てるにはいいじゃん。
I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to.
なんか今さっき世界滅ぼしたんだけど。死んでくださいだって。どうやって死ねる？あ、殺してくれた。いや、マジ強気なんだよな、こいつ。3回目じゃない？死んだの。ほぼ死んでるわ。死なない方法とかあるのか。よし、4回死んでるか。ん？わかんないわ。やべ、扉挟まった。じゃあ次は左。ああ、電話取らないか。いや、あそこ行きたくないんだよな、怖いから。4回くらいかな。多分4回死んだかな。多分。でも大体やることやってもらった気がするけどな。上行ってもでもやることなくない？でも下行ってもやることないか。これループするとこだよな。でも戻れないんだよね。上司のとこ行ってみるか、もう一回。バスルーム開かないかな。お！すげえビビった。開くと思わんかった。ああ。なんて書いてある？わからん。なんかわかるような気が。すげえ。トイレの雑誌置いてあるわ。トイレできない。体ないから無理か。やべ。鏡に何も映らない。 くんだな。おお、新しいルートがある。待って、どっちでもいいらしい。え、どっち行こう。上があるってこと？さらに。ここ一番上じゃないの？え、すげえいい感じの BGM 流れてきた。ずっとここいるよかな。いいじゃん。上司がなんか、なんたらかんたらみたいな感じだったよね。え、どこまで上がんの？ 1, 2, 3, 4。え、ごめん。え、あれ？来たとこじゃないよね。え？で、戻ってきたじゃん。ちょっと待って。何これ？途中で押したからかな。上、移動してないってこと？これ別に。震えてるだけで。いいね。ちっちゃかここ行ってて。なんか洗濯機の中に入れられてる気分だわ。長いよな。いや、長いよな。やっぱ揺れてるだけ説。入れるだけこれもしかして。え？いや、絶対そうでしょ。出せ。ちょっと待って、出れん。故障してるよね。音楽聴けるだけのところになってる。これ飲もうぜ。いや、この本の入れ方、頭おかしいだろ。いや、おかしいだろ。こんな入れ方はせんだろ。
In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret pin number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Stanley simply began entering random codes into the keypad, knowing full well the sheer statistical unlikelihood that this would ever result in a correct combination. If he knew that the combo was 2845, it would be another story entirely.
いつ切れるんだろこいつ。
No, this is what he was going to do instead.
本棚登りたいんだ。猫かないか。キャットウォークか。
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
怒んないね。2845。
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened
変
to
化ないんだな。
the correct code
あれ？
by sheer luck.
ああ、
Amazing.
床か。
He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
これ何があったんだっけ？あ、世界を滅ぼしたとこか。
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
世界救うか。完全に事故だったんだけどな。
What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept.
ああ、俺のデスクだ。じゃあ、スタンリーのデスクね。
He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over a for he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
世界滅ぼすボタンを押した後になんかできるの？やれないね。今回はオフにしようじゃん。お？なになに？なんだ？おお！分かってんじゃん。やったか。絶対やってないやつじゃん。いや、やってんだ。
Unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away.
Oh.
And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley steppedオフィスからそんな
一気に大自然になる？あ、ちょっと戻すなよ。勝手に進められた。自我を持ってしまったスタンリーが。おお、なんかハッピーエンドっぽい。あれもう一個のエンディングなの？何のエンディングに行ってるのかわかんないんだよな。どのエンディングに来たんだ？電話見てみるか、もう一回。彼女。怖かったな、でも。 彼女のとこってどうやって行くんだっけ？右か。そう。自由ではあるんだけどね。でも突然あんな大自然に解き放たれてどうすんだろう。猫だ。猫来た。ちょっと待って。猫。ちょっと猫。猫。何してたっけ今。あ、オッケーオッケー。なんか無視してたら、無視してたんだっけ？これに乗ってたら電話だっけ
？Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about.
何個エンディングあんだろう。結構ありそうだけども、何ができるのかわかんないや。赤ちゃんのゲームって何？気になるのは赤ちゃんのゲームなんだけど。あ、出た、彼女。え？暗くなくない？ここじゃないか。ここか、彼女。ここ怖いんだよな。よし。コンセントある。お！抜けた。抜けたんだ。こんなこと。あ、抜けるんだ、これ。お互いに誓い合わなかったよ、今さっき。これやったけど。帰ろうぜ。
How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible.
どうした？
How would I not
あさっているのか。
You're not Stanley. You're a real person. I can't believe I was so... This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. Choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored this basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity?
プレイヤーがいることに気づいたのか。
I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe
教育ビデオ。
video.
何なんか始まったんだけど。これ何？
But if used incorrectly can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person
こんな流暢に喋られても何言ってるかわかんないんだけど。何の教育にもならんビデオじゃん。
Or he could systematically set fire to every orphan living in a 30-kilometer radius of his house. Which choice would you make? Remember,
花を火で燃やす。
makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to face their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying,
My goodness, this is 4:30.
I'm supposed to be having a back sack and crack.
終わった？ Practice 練習。これ赤ちゃんのゲームって。
Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process.
何この楽しそう。
Professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than
8回以上選択していますか？
And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this
ほん
video.
といろんなもんあんな、これ。
Ah,
Oh.
welcome back. You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
あ、コンセントなくなってる。あ、あるか。コンセントを挿すんじゃないか。電話、もうならんのよ。もう取るしかないのこれ。よし。しまっちゃった。あ、待って。安全柵が取り付けられてる。なかったじゃん、こんなん。さっき死んだけど。なくなっちゃって、死ねなくなっちゃった。死んじゃダメらしい。カードがいる。おう。帰れってさ。
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world.
現実の世界に戻れる。そっちしたんだよね。事故だったけどね。
All you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. No! Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not.
なんだこれ。壊れてる。歪んでるわ。そんな怒んなって。なんか壊れてるわ、いろいろ。ただいま。でもこれ以上進めないんだもんね、こっち。行くか。仕方ないね。喋んなくなっちゃったじゃん。うん。壊れとる。何が楽しいんだ？いや、面白いや。狂っていく人間おもろいな。人間なのかな？これね、TRPG でやったらキーパーに怒られるよ。キーパー GM にね。やられたら切れるわ。泣きそうじゃん。泣くなよ。殺せば終わるぞ。おお。壊れちゃった。頑張って用意してくれたのに。なんかやべえとこ来たんだけど。怖い怖い怖い怖い。何？このゴミの山の中に。自分をとても賢いと思っているお前と一緒に。ざまあ見ろじゃん。おお。見たかった。
He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it. That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child.
お、キッズ。猫。キッズって言われちゃった。それ見たんだよ、そのエンディングはもう。そう、なんかキーパー VS PL みたいな感じ。おう、もう一回やったらどうなる？めちゃくちゃになるのかな。どうしよう。どっちがいいかな。どっち行こう。悩むな。どうしよっかな。また怒られるよね、多分。消された。これ何回やるんだろう。I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. おいしょ。跳ねのけるじゃん。No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry. 何回もできるんだろう。あ、狂っちゃった。ゲーム壊れたわけじゃないよな。え？ゲーム壊れた。ああ、びっくりした。何も映んなくなっちゃった。どうなってんの？怖い怖い。No! マジおもろいな、これ。何も映してくんなくなっちゃったんだけど。壊れたって。これどうなってる？あ、ゲームバグった？違うよね。え？これどうなってんの？おかしくなっちゃった？そんなことないよな。うん。狂っちゃった。これ壊れたのかな？普通に。メニューは出るんだけどね。ここまで変なことなんないよね、普通多分。どうなんだろう。動かないわ。死んだかな、これ。これ動かないね。こんな、あれないよね、多分。これ何をした今？これ最初からなるのか。GM に投げられたわ、サジ。切れさせた。切れた結果、ゲームが死んだわ。あ、やべ、ミスった。電話のルートもう一回行こうと思ったんだけど。本当に壊しちゃった。ゲームって開かない。開くな、でもまた。ここ BGM 聞こえるだけだからな。もう一回世界壊してみるか。274だ。なんだっけ？ 28？ 2？ なんだったっけ？Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible. Didn't even have a single minute to just talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy. So he relaxed for a few minutes. 耳壊れるぞ。 あ、ゆっくりなやつだった。よかった。ありがとう。広いな。
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the
短っ。
opened passageway.
みんないろんなことできておもろいね。
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
なんか違う道あるじゃん。これ何？ Escape。
Although this
脱出路？
passageway had the word escape written on it,
え？
the truth was that
俺
at
死
the
ぬ
end
の？
of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent
まあ、死ん
death.
でみっか。
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
一丁死んでみようで。
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
お、死にそう。何？焼却炉。おお、これ何？死んだわ。これ死んだよね、多分。おお、死んでない。え？怖い。怖い。怖い。怖いんだけど。お仕置きっていうか処刑じゃん、これ。弾丸論破やってた、もしかして。弾丸論破じゃん。ちょっと待って。怖い怖い怖い。わあ、死ぬんだ。あんま直視したくないな、これ。おー、さよならスタンリー。
Farewell, Stanley,
え？
cried the narrator, as
誰？
Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
おお。何？え？どこ？
And yet it would be just a few minutes
Oh.
before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office,
Stanley
as
Parable.
alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
おお、何？天国？
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same.
え、かわいい。
Do you see that Stanley was already dead?
スタートボタンを押した瞬間からすでに死んでいた。死んでたんだ、俺、最初。ああ、これ。ゲーム内のボタン効果音。あ、してた、こんな音。何？クレジットだ。エンディング？初期バージョンのメンテナンスルー。これ行ったらすぐですね。すげえ、白い。上司のオフィス。このバカな作りなの。え、こんなん知らないんだけど、この脇のやつ何？オフィスの間取り。そうだね。時計ね。この脇のやつ何？見たことないんだけど。赤いのしか見たことない。ないのか、そんなの。あ、あれ。あれ知ってる。地下施設。なんか終わりそう。反対側も行こう。 ああ、なるほどね。ナレーターの外だからエスケープなんだ。ああ。すごい。シューティングゲームが好きな人をバカにしている。こんなんもあるんだね。変わる。あー、ちっちゃいちっちゃい字が。もういいわ。広くない？あ、これ嫌い。なるぞ、これ、多分。嫌いなんだよね、この点は。タイマーがあったけど、なくなった。やべえ、迷子になった。迷子になった。不評でした。で、さっき見えたところか。繋がってたっけここ。いや、いいや。行こう。なんか流れてる？なんか流れてる。これどうやって終わんの？なんか聞こえるんだけど。このエスケープの終わり方、終わり方がわからん。ナレーターがいないと何もわからん。これ、どうやって終わる？あそこ行ったら終わるのかなと思ったんだけど、全然終わんなかったわ。こっち？あ、こっちか。うん。笑うな、突然。
How they wish to destroy one another, how they wish to control one another, how they both wish to be free.
おお。で、終わりか。
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail.
どういうこと？
Escape and press quit. There's no other way to
終われってか。
forward. You'll be walking someone else's path. Stop.
いいじゃん。死んでみようぜ。
True choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let time.
さらば。死んだわ。壊れちゃった違うよね。これ、何？これどうしたらいい？メニューに戻った方がいい？戻るか。ちょっと待って。いや、違う。それ知ってる？閉めんなや。今行くとこだろ。おい。
The thing to do
な
now,
んかや
Stanley, is to
確認したいのが2つ
nothing will hurt me. Nothing will
あるかな。
In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, he
長い
would
わ。
arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
んえ電話なんて鳴ってたっけ
Hello. This is a recorded message scheduled either by you or a person in your place of work. The purpose of this message is to warn you about the dangers of recorded messages.
え
If at
誰
any time you believe you are listening to a recorded message, please terminate it immediately and cease all flow of information from the recorded message
誰
into your perceptual sphere. Thank you, and have a pleasant day.
誰 Thank you.
When Stanley came to a set of two open, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was grand, majestic, perhaps, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
どうすっかな
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not
もうお前の嫌味も
sure.
聞き慣れたわ
I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
なこいつが敵じゃないことはわかるけど敵なんだよなでも電話のところは
Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. I'm
まだ無視されるから
I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself.
もう
To
彼女
put
に会いに
your
行くわ
work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting. That's her,
これ
Stanley.
抜いた後のあれも
You
結
need to
局見
be
れ
the
てない
one
んだよな
to reach out
気
to
になるん
her.
だけどな
If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
電話を取らないいや本当にね最初から作用意しといてほしかったよなすげえ綺麗なトマト潰れる音したもん長くない電話彼女根気強すぎんだろ長いな長いでこれ引っこ抜くしかないのもしかしてなんか進まなすぎじゃないいくらなんでもいくらなんでもじゃない抜くか抜くわ
As Stanley picked up the phone, a white light engulfed him, filling him not just with radiance, but with hope. Hope for a life reunited one... Wait. Oh, goodness. Stanley?
彼女しつこいね
No, that wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly. I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check. No, it's It's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits.
嘘ばっかり言って。
Is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible.
これ好きなんだよな。
You're not Stanley.
スタンリーじゃないっていう現実の人間だ。これいいね、メタで。このね、この手のメタ好き。
If you made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment.
あ、ちょっと待って。これまた見んといかんのか。長いんだよな、これスキップできない。いや、見たくない。もういい。もういいって。見たくない。いやだ。なんかこうスキップできない。もういいよ、これ。見たよ。見たっつーの。どうしようかな。結構長いのよ、この教育ビデオ。ちゃんと終わらせるから早く終わらせてください。お願いします。すいませんでした。俺が悪かった。長いよ。一周だよ。そうだね。確かに。ああ。いやー、この英語は聞き取れんのよ。この絵好き。意味わかんなくて好き。みんなしてる？8回以上選択が。
If you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside.
教育ビデオ寝ちゃうね。俺こういうの見ない派だからさ。学校とかで流される映像とか寝ちゃうからさ。あ、終わった。映像ダメだよ、本当に。
Now that you're properly informed on good decision making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago. And see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
ごめんって。
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all.
聞いたことあるな、これ。
We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
で、さっきんとこ戻って、あれ嫌がらせしてたら多分また消されるからな。一回だけにしようかな。いや、いっか。めんどくさいか見るの。
You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending. The story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world.
壊してから行きたいけどな。
Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of
めちゃくちゃ文句言われるからな、見た後。いいよ、左行ってやんよ。優しい。褒めろや。
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of
い
disbelief,
や、これ元に戻っ
Stanley
てないた
decided
だ
to
ただ。
go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
戻ってない普通に。やっぱ壊した方がよかった。あれ
Stanley walked upstairs
下
to
行
his
く
boss's
階段
office.
がないわ。なくなってるね。あれバスルームって表記がなくなってるわ。もう全部閉じられちゃった。えなんか違うわ。緑くなっちゃった。俺が知ってる上司の部屋じゃないんだけど。え、怖っ。ボイスレシーバー。
Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week.
Night Shock
115.
115.
Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
マイク機能なかったっしょ。え、言えなくない？音声認識とかないよね。これどうすんの？
Stanley spoke the code. Night Shark 115.
ボイスレシーバーってこれだよね。
Into the receiver, right there on the wall.
え、これ。え？音声機能ないよね。
I'm sorry, is there a problem? You didn't mishear me, did you? Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise,
すまねえよ。
This is a crucial step.
ステップ。
Okay, fine. You're not gonna do it. But you know what?
なんか勝手に怒るんだけど。
To bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way?
なんか逆ギレされてんだけど。
Explain yourself, you coward.
逆ギレされた。
Behave exactly as Stanley would.
逆ギレされたんだけど。
Putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be
どっちにしろ怒られんじゃん、これ。
All right. When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
どっちだよ、これもう右行けってことだろ。
No!
ヌーじゃねえよ、おめえが行けっつったろうが。
Back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
はいはい。ヌー。あ、で、あっち行ったら壊れてんだっけ。そういえばそんなだったな。うん、壊れてる壊れてる。いや、お前が言うたやろが、今は。
My story. You've destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless.
この喋り
What am
方
I
す。
supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I
も
do?
うトラクターもある。
Do?
あ、階段になってる。
No, I have to.
へ
I
え
have to shut the game down. I have to. I
これなんだ
have
ろ
to.
う。もう。この音ビビるから。
I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish.
もういいよ、お前が怒ることは分かってる。
Who thought you were so clever?
お前がしろっつったろ。
My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What?
いいな、スタンリー。仲悪くて。スタンリーじゃないのかも、これは。俺なのか。
He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason
怒
for
ってる
it.
怒ってる。
That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child. Oh, my story.
この声悲しそうで可愛いね。いいな。左の部屋入っあ、最初か。入ってないわ。はいはい。あ、なんか違う。スタンリーだ。これ何？おお。こうなるんだ。なかったよ。The end。おお。終わったわ。あ、なんかクレジット流れ始めた。もういいんじゃないこれで。ダメ？いいじゃん。こんなもんかなでも、大体見たいの。なんか気になるのあった？別にまだあるとは思うんだけど。なんかもうやりきった感ある。なんかこのクレジット流れてくれたらなんか。かわいいね。悲しそうな声出してる。いいな。これすげえ嬉しいね。もういいんじゃないこれ。エンディングでこれで。もういいだろこのゲーム。すげえ面白かったわ。すげえ悲しそうな声出してるよ、ナレーター。最後がこれでごめん。最後に出るべきだったな。かわいそう。これだって一緒だもんな。世界滅ぼしてもいいんだけど。このことを喋ってたっけ？このこと喋ってなかったよ。最後にボタン OK を押した後の世界見てみるか。左の部屋で見てないエンド。あ、違うわ。こっちじゃなくね。あれああ、かわいそうだな。
And here it was, the lounge. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
で、こっち行って、そこはもう入ったから、正しいルート行って、最後に滅ぼして終わろう。
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
もう記憶がループか、したわ。
Okay, I think we all know the drill by now.
もう馴染みですねって言われた。はいはい。
Oh, hey, look, it's a new passageway. Kill surprise.
ちょっと待って、出ないんだけど、あれが。どこにそれがあるかわからん。もう開いてるわ。読まれてる、読まれてる。黙って待ってればいいのかな、最後のあれ。どうなんだろう。いやでもやっぱネタとしては面白いゲームだったね。なんか最初本当によくわかんないエンド行っちゃって、すげえ何回もリスタートさせられてたんだけど、あの後からマジでも面白いな。 あれが何なのか分かったらおもろいわ。そう、最初にこれ見せられたから上から。ああ、あれか、あそこに立ってたから。
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true.
スタンディ何回死んだんだろう。最初から死んでるらしいけどね。最初から死んでるらしいけど、その上でまた死んでるからかわいそうだよな、スタンディ。
No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible?
まあ自由ってのは不自由だからな。やっぱ世界を終わらせてやるべきだよな。
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
そう、悲しそうなナレーションね。よかったよな、あれ。めちゃくちゃ好き。
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the
こんなこれで。
After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself.
これが俺の望みだ。拍手してくれ。
But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave.
もう台無しにしたからいいんだ、お前の物語は。
You're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example,
ここで待ってりゃいいのかな。
Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say 2 minutes. Now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley?
2分間待ってるか、ここで。見た感じ、やれそうなことなかったから、なんかボタンいろいろ押せるけど。やつ2分間、待ってよ。こいつの。なんかわかんないけど。なんかずっと喋ってくれるから。いいね。何も言わないのに喋ってくれるわ。こいつは何なんだろうね、ナレーター。そこら辺分かってないな、確かに。普通にゲーム作った人なのかな。
I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a
なんか言ってるわ、中に人がいる状態でオフィスを地面に沈めたり。なんか知らないエンディングがまだあるっぽいな。いや、本当にあんのかないんじゃね。
My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now?
ないよな、別に止められるもん。
That something in this room was capable of turning it off. I mean, look at you, running from button to button,
クリックしてないんだけど。
clicking on every little thing in this room.
なんか押した感あったな、今。
No, these colored ones, or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? that this video game can be beaten?
Oh.
One soul?
ここから押すもんだったのか。
Any idea what your purpose in this place is?
違うのかな、関係ないよな、多分。
How many times will you replay this bit, looking desperately for a solution? 10? 100?
いや、わかんねえわ。結局同じエンドに行きそう。
And to watching the bomb go off each time you fail. Just you and me in the retching explosion of fire and metal over and over and over for all of eternity. And Stanley died again. And Stanley died again.
関係ないよね。
Died again. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to
なん
struggle.
か音がするだけだ
30
よね。
seconds until a big boom and then
うん。
no ending.
関係なさそう
Just。you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the same to me. All a part of the
すが
journey.
りつくって言われてもな。
I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade
ど
in.
うしようもないよな、これ。い
Say happily ever after.
や、わかんねえわ。1からなのかな。さっき押したんだよな。押したんだけど、なんも来なかったんだよね。押せてないのかな。いや、もう嫌だわ、あそこ行くの。いいかも、これで。ちょっと後で調べてみるわ。
But Stanley simply
え、
couldn't
何
handle the pressure. What if
締
he
め
had
ら
to
れ
make
た
a
わ。
decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go anywhere except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait.
ああ、またか。
Nothing will hurt
絶対これあるんだな。
Nothing will break me.
1からのボタンなのかな。わかんないな。まあ、いいか。やっぱ、2時間やったっしょ、これ。
Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years
ま
gone
あ、と
by?
りあえず今日これ
He
で
no
終わ
longer
っ
had
と
the
くか。
ability to tell. But
いや、
the
めっ
one
ちゃ面
thing he
白か
knew
った
for
な。
sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long
そんな難
enough,
しいゲームじゃない。ほぼ移動しかできないから。
eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon.
なん
now,
で死ん
this will
だか
end.
もあんま覚えてねえ。
He
ち
will
ょ
be
っと
spoken
見
to.
てみるわ。グ
He
グ
will
ろ
be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer.
う。お前がずっと喋
Now
ってんの
it's
よ。
even closer. Here it comes.
はいはいはい。わかった。もう世界滅んだのよ。んこれは無視していいか。ちょっと待ってね。これなんか変なことになるんだっけ。
It was only a matter of time before he found the
結
others.
局一緒なんだっけ。これ紙散らばってるだけで。
Just a matter of time. When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to
高評価ありが
and
とう。
Stanley knew it perfectly.
永遠と終われないね、これ
Perhaps he
ね。
wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
終われないよね、これね。
It was okay.
もう結構。
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took
なん
the
かた
first
まにこい
open
つ
door
切れ
on
るん
his
だけど。い
left.
や、まあ切れてんだけど、さっきからめちゃくちゃ。え
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked
最初のあれでも見て
straight to the
終わる
opposite
か。
door, and got back on track.
真っ先に行ったここだけ見て、じゃあ、
Stanley didn't want to go
まあいい
back
感じで終わるっしょ、ここ。
He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order
あ
to get back, he
おい、
needed
知らないわ。
uh,
これで左行くルート知らんわ。
some
ちょっと待って、これだけ見ていい
Oh no, no, it's
Boy,
to the right,
what?
my mistake.
これも違って言われるの
No,
もしかして。
no, not the right.
これ待ってた
Why
ら、
would I have ever
結局
said
同じとこ行くん
right?
だ、これ。
What was
切
I
れ入れるの
thinking?
かと思った。
It's clearly
ここだ
Oh
ろ
dear,
知っ
would
て
you
る
hold
知
on
ってる
to it, please?
入れてくれ。はよ。
Now let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right.
すげえ熱い。
Okay, okay, yes. I've got
エア
it
コン
now.
止め
This
たら。
story is absolutely, definitely
つ
this
いて
way.
る。いや、ついてないわ。
No, 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 no. This isn't right.
うん、
at all.
このネタバレをね、最初に見
This
たん
is
だよ
all
な
a。spoiler. Quick,
まあ、
Stan,
つう
close
感
your
じでね。
eyes.
終わろう。これで終わろう。 ってな。よいしょ。うん。じゃあ、これで終わろうかなと思うわ。見てくれてありがとう。ひずきと、ほんと、どうかな。まあ、他にも見てくれてた人いるっぽいから、ありがとな。じゃ、面白いゲームだったわ。ありがとな。じゃ、お疲れ。